evening, viewers, today was the much anticipated electoral clash in Bengal. Voters of Nandigram came out in big numbers to cast their vote to decide who will be their next MLA, Suvendu Adhikari or Mamata Banerjee in Nandigram. But while the polling was otherwise largely peaceful, there was high drama, a lot of tension and a clash that did break between the two sides outside a polling booth in Boyal. The situation was extremely tense for several hours. It went to an extent where even Mamata Banerjee herself visited the polling booth. And that is where the controversy really began to heat up. Now let me tell you what happened as it happened. At about 1:10 p.m., Mamata Banerjee stepped out of her residence. Remember, while she's contesting from Nandigram, she's not a registered voter there. So she didn't go out early in the morning to cast her vote in Nandigram. Now she leaves at 1:10 p.m. By 1:40 p.m., she reaches the Boyal poll booth. She stopped at the Boyal poll booth. Then begins the chaos and sloganeering. About 1:45 p.m., a large amount of sloganeering was taking place. There were largely BJP guys. There were some TMC guys as well. So, things began to really heat up. And Mamata Banerjee takes stock of the situation. She gets out at about 1:50 p.m. We know she begins to ask questions and check what's going on at this polling booth. There you are. She's in the premises now. Then she makes allegations at about 2:20 p.m. She makes massive allegations about how BJP seems to be controlling everything. She gets really, really angry. She's talking to the media as well over there. She then sits there at about 2:30 p.m. and calls the governor. Makes this phone call to the governor to complain about what's going on in the polling booth. That's the kind of live TV drama that unfolded today. Our colleague Tanima Biswas was at this very point, outside these premises, reporting for us. Take a look at what happened.
The Chief Minister, first of all, let me tell you that is still over here and the situation outside is still very, very tense. If I can ask my camera person to show you that there are two different sections of people who have gathered over here. One section again being controlled by the riot control police over there. They are being stopped on that particular side. And then there's this side. There are more people swelling up on the right-hand side of ourselves as well, of where we are standing right now, where a lot of women have in fact gathered. They are also raising chants, and essentially the police have in fact been deployed in all the three corners of this field where we are, in order to make sure that there's no untoward incident. This is happening at a time, as I said, where Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is still inside this polling booth.
Those were the scenes unfolding outside. At one point, additional police deployment had to be done. Around 3 p.m., the EC officials also reached the Boyal booth. Additional officials came in to see what was going on. And then at about 3:30 p.m., Mamata Banerjee left from there, and then some of the EC officials also did. So for roughly about those 2 hours, there was quite a bit of drama. Didn't stop there. Here is what Mamata Banerjee is alleging. She says that the voters are being intimidated. The voters were not being allowed at this polling booth. That the voters were not being allowed inside. She then went on to say how the Election Commission was helping the BJP, how the Election Commission was working on the instructions and at the behest of the BJP. She said that the Home Minister was directly giving instructions to the Central Forces, to the CRPF, and they too were working in favor of the BJP. And then she also said that the goons have been brought from outside. These people that you see here, these goons, have come from outside. She said that I sent 63 complaints to the Election Commission. 63 complaints. We know that because we've been reporting on it every day, how TMC and BJP kept running to the Election Commission with complaints. But she says the Election Commission took no action. Instead, we saw that the goons were being protected by the Central Forces. A war of words continued through the evening. Take a look.
लेकिन वो तो होम मिनिस्टर इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया है। क्यों इलेक्शन कमीशन होम मिनिस्टर का इंस्ट्रक्शन सुनेगा? और इलेक्शन का अंदर में अगर वो शाउटिंग स्लोगन चले, पब्लिक को गांव से नहीं आने दे, तो किसका गलती है? इलेक्शन कमीशन को इसको बैड रिजल्ट नहीं हो रहा है, इलेक्शन कमीशन का बैड नेम नहीं हो रहा है।
पूरा इलीगल काम की 2 घंटा वोट रोक के इतना सिक्योरिटी लेकर उधर और इतना सब गुंडा को लेकर जो ड्रामाबाजी किया, सीधा सीधा एमसीसी के खिलाफ है। पहले दिन से नंदीग्राम का लोग को अपमान करना उसकी आदत में पड़ गई।
By the way, both sides claim that the polling had been stopped because of the other person. The Election Commission claims the polling went on smoothly and was not stopped. So that's where things stand right now. Let's say good evening to Neha Joshi, spokesperson for the BJP. Sudeshna Roy, a political analyst, joining us this evening. Professor Dinesh Varshney of the CPI. Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, senior journalist and author, joins us this evening. Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner, also with me this evening. Mr. Krishnamurthy, I want to start off with you. Here is another instance where we are seeing, as the voting takes place, the biggest of the names have come down on the ground and are claiming that the Election Commission is acting to favor one side. Is that possible?
Well, what can I say, sitting at Chennai, whether it is Election Commission is biased in action or not. But certainly the Election Commission will go through the records as well as CCTV recordings as well as observers' reports and take a decision whether the polling was affected, whether irregularities took place. If there are irregularities taken place, in my opinion, we should order a re-poll in that polling station. The Election Commission will certainly examine all the pros and cons and take a decision in course of time. But it's very unfortunate that political parties are indulging in this kind of, in this kind of fighting. I do not know whether our freedom fighters fought for democracy of this type. Democracy expects the political parties to function responsibly in accordance with the rule of law. Unfortunately, in the last few years or decades, it is very sad to see that the standards have come down. The political parties and the candidates have not been responsible enough to conduct a peaceful, free and peaceful elections. So the Election Commission will have to take a view whether a re-poll is to be ordered. If the re-poll is required in number of polling stations, it could even consider countermanding the elections. This is what we did in one of the Bihar elections. So Election Commission will certainly apply its mind, go by the reports, and it is not going to be cowed down by allegations by this party or that party. It has to take a free and fair view and take appropriate action. I have no doubts that the Election Commission will do that.
But isn't it unfortunate, Mr. Krishnamurthy, that we are actually seeing, or have you always seen this kind of behavior by a few political parties, that when the situation looks tough, when the contest looks close and there is a doubt that you may lose, you begin to make these allegations against the Commission?
Well, the Election Commission is used to allegations made by political parties. Whether their allegations are made on the basis of a fear of losing the election or not, I'm not really competent to comment on that. But the issue is, there have been complaints against the Election Commission, and I think Election Commission has a good track record in conducting elections. It has got good rules and regulations to be followed. If they were not properly followed, and if there is a question mark on the conduct of elections, my advice is that the Election Commission should seriously consider a re-poll in that polling station. Okay, so there must be a thorough investigation on what went on, and in case if there is some kind of a foul play that is found, then there should be a re-polling. So Sudeshna Roy, good evening to you. What did go wrong at that polling station?
See, this has been happening in Nandigram, in various places. While we were campaigning also, there were calls, there were goons from outside coming and trying to intimidate the actual Trinamool supporters. Now on today at Boyal, why did she come out? She didn't come out just to have an afternoon ride in the Boyal's Nandi booth. What she had heard was that There were people there not allowing the TMC supporters to go and vote. Therefore, she came out to make a point. And it was true, because the moment she came, there were massive number of goons from the BJP screaming Jai Shri Ram, which is their war cry, and there were the police who were doing nothing. The central forces were aiding them. With her, when she came, the TMC supporters got courage. They came, because before that, the police were pushing them back. They are actually playing into the hands of BJP. So, and we saw it on television. When she came, the supporters came. And obviously, the passions were running high. There was this, and this is something that is not a part of Bengal. This is not the culture of Bengal. And this has started with the BJP coming in and doing what they are. They've got outsiders. We've had people, local people, speaking in Hindi. And absolute chaste Hindi that shows that they are not the local people, because I do not believe that Midnapur, which is the heart of Bengal, which is hemmed in, which is not really near the Bihar or the Jharkhand border, that they speak in chaste Hindi.
Okay,
These are outsiders.
So,
I've seen it happen,
even if there
and
are
the
outsiders,
CRPF
BJP
is
supporters,
listening
Sudesh Roy, even if they're outsiders, BJP supporters, BJP men, you know, even if they are, what is the problem in them standing there and chanting Jai Shri Ram? They are not
There is
breaking
no
the law
problem.
by doing that now, are they?
No, I never said there was anything wrong in chanting. They could. But the other thing, they were stopping the TMC voters from going. That is what I'm saying. They are goons from outside who are stopping people from going to vote. And this has happened. This has happened. But what I will tell you is, this is something that Shubhendu is doing and the BJP is doing, because they know they're going to lose. Because in Bengal, people are not with them. People realize, because they are people who have lied through their teeth. Even the Prime Minister today lied and said, standing in Bengal, that Mamata Banerjee is going to stand from a different seat, which is a lie. We've had Yogi Adityanath coming and lying through his teeth, saying that Durga Puja and Saraswati Pujas have been banned in Bengal. What the hell? You can ask any Bengali here, and they will say these are lies. So these are the ways they are lying, and they brought in outsiders who are stopping people from going to vote. And what Mamata Banerjee has said.
Now let me get a response from the other side. Neha Joshi,
Sure.
even Suvendu Adhikari came out and said, well, while he said that this just looks like a sign that she knows, Mamata Banerjee knows she's going to lose, he says she stopped the polling. Now, why are both sides claiming that polling was not allowed or briefly stopped when the Election Commission says polling wasn't stopped?
Thank you, Tanvi. First of all, even as we debate about Nandigram here, in Kakdweep and Sagar Vidhan Sabha seats today, as early as 10 a.m. this morning, and I'm going to give you exact booth numbers because those are the complaints that we have formally submitted to the Election Commission. In Mathurapur Jilla, Sagar Mandal 2, booth number 40, the TMC workers or goons, whatever you may like to call them, they stopped people from voting. They said you can only vote for TMC. They created blockades around the village. Booth number 12, Rudranagar. Again, the same thing was witnessed. We complained to the Election Commission. Again, booth number 146, Dhablahat area, same thing. TMC spokespersons can come on TV every evening and try and indulge in this otherization, saying outsiders are coming. For all we know that Derek O'Brien is also an outsider to them, considering that, his great-great-great-grandfather wasn't born in Bengal. People of Bengal are tired of this politics of otherization. People of Bengal want peace. Today was a watershed moment for Bengal, as Mamata Banerjee, the incumbent CM, is potentially losing the election. She's taken it upon her ego. We saw her overly anxious all through the day. She parked herself outside a polling booth, made frantic calls, tried to allege that booth capturing was happening when she was actually the one who was obstructing the polling process. Even as 2 BJP workers were brutally beaten, one of them has passed away. This is all happening today. as Bengal went to poll for the second phase. So, let's not try and whitewash anything. This election has seen much less violence than we've seen in the previous elections. The most bloodiest of election was the 2018 Panchayat election, where 12,000 seats went uncontested. And TMC was literally given a walkover because people were too scared. Contestants withdrew their nominations. They didn't show up. Their family members were targeted. So, today, as we sit here, one of the most peaceful elections, here is an incumbent chief minister who was so scared of losing an election, which she is losing, that she created this whole atmosphere of insecurity, tried to tell voters that, the actual voters are not allowed to cast their vote. Outsiders there. Who are these outsiders?
Okay.
We saw today that when she claimed that these people are outsiders, people showed their voting cards to the security personnel. Face palm moment for the incumbent chief minister. What more proof do you want? Who are these outsiders that you keep talking about?
Okay, all right. Now, before I go back to the TMC on this, I must bring in our other two panelists. And first, Mr. Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, and then we'll go across to Professor Varshney. Mr. Nilanjan, what is your view of what transpired in those 2 hours in the way Mamata Banerjee conducted herself? How do you read it?
It's not a question of as to what transpired in Nandigram. We have to look at it that there is a very serious allegation being made, not by just any political leader, but by the chief minister of the state. We also have to take into account the various allegations which are listed by the BJP spokesperson on the particular program. All this has to be verified. I also heard Mr. Krishnamurthy very carefully. I think, he made a very valid point that the Election Commission has a very good track record of conducting elections impartially. Unfortunately, in the last few years, the impartiality of the Election Commission has come into question, and the Election Commission has not yet taken any concrete steps to belie the allegations or the fears that, the independence and the autonomy of the institution has been downgraded somewhere in the years since 2014. Every election has seen several allegations made of failure on the part of the institution of the Election Commission from intervening. Even in this particular election, there have been allegations for a long time that people from outside Bengal have been coming in because the BJP has been short of cadre. That has been the basic point which has been made. Now, despite that, the Election Commission has not been able to investigate and provided any clear picture or actually been able to sort out these issues. It's very funny to hear the BJP talk about the politics of otherization from the other side when they hold the doctorates in the politics of otherization throughout the country. This is something which is straight up their street. So these are the particular issues which need to be investigated. I think that these are very serious allegations, and care has to be taken that the Election Commission must ensure that it does not come in the remaining phases of elections. And as Mr. Krishnamurthy said, there must be not just an investigation, but this investigation must be seen by the people of this country as very impartial to decide whether in this particular constituency, and those being also listed by the BJP spokespersons as where the poll process was disturbed, and then order a repoll if it is required.
But the Election Commission officials have already told us that there was nothing wrong, that the process went on smoothly, Mr. Krishnamurthy. Voting was actually not interfered with. Now, if a complaint is made again after that, which Mamata Banerjee has filed a complaint, what's the process? They ask the observers and the party poll agents on what went on?
Well, as far as the Election Commission is concerned, they have a duty to make the election credible for all the parties concerned. If there are serious allegations, you cannot be led only by the Election Commission officials. You can certainly make independent inquiries. There will be CCTV recording, I am sure about it. And there are also other, observers, independent observers, whether they have any comment on this. I am sure that all these things will have to be taken into account so that the people have faith in the electoral system. There is certainly a need to uphold the credibility of the election process, and I sincerely hope that the Election Commission will do it.
All right. I thank you, Mr. Krishnamurthy, for joining us and, giving us your expert views and, your insights on what must be done by the Election Commission at this point. And that remains to be seen. But Professor Dinesh Varshney, you represent the party that's long known and seen how Mamata Banerjee behaves and acts politically. What happened today? Do you believe when she says that there was some kind of foul play by the BJP in intimidating the voters?
Look, Tanvi, let me tell you one thing. It appears to us, and it is confirmed today, that both BJP and TMC in West Bengal are fighting a Noora Kushti, fixed match. They think that Nandigram is West Bengal, whereas the Nandigram is in West Bengal. They are diverting the people's attention from the core issues of the West Bengal and core issues of the people of India. Both BJP and TNC are making a narrative that as it is a bipolar contest, it is a triangular contest. Why only one Boyal polling booth? There was attacks on the left cadres during the polling today in Nandigram itself by the TMC and BJP both. And what Neha Joshi and what TMC spokesperson alleging each other, that proves my point that both of them are involved in the blatant violation of the code of conduct of elections, involved in the violence, attacking the cadres of the other parties, stopping the voters who vote. And I'm very sorry, Mr. Krishnamurthy, you might have left, but I fully agree with Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay on the comment he made on the Election Commission. We have seen how the elections have been conducted in Bihar, and in 22 seats, people have gone to High Court. By the time the High Court, Honorable Patna High Court gives judgment, the term of the Assembly will be over. So this is how the elections are conducted. This is how the central forces are used. If the election commissioner and chief election officer of the government of the West Bengal wants, all outsiders can be apprehended within 15 minutes near each and every polling booth. I had been an election officer of Delhi University Students' Union. I saw to it that no outsider can reach to the booth within half kilometer of the booth. Nobody could come in, even ex-MLAs and ex-MPs were stopped by me. They can do it. They are not doing it because they do not want a fair election. Wanted to divert the people's attention from the sale of the India sale, railway sale, LIC sale, bank sale, sale of the India, unemployment, poverty, the highest price rise, loot on the petrol diesel prices. Both are involved, and therefore I request all the regional parties to under this phenomena how BJP behaves. The Akalis have learnt. Others should also learn the lesson. It is Mrs. Mamata Banerjee who is responsible for the advent of the BJP in West Bengal.
No, but here is what, so Professor Varshney, you can allege, you can accuse both sides of resorting to violence. Yes, you can say both try and intimidate and target the left, okay. But Mamata Banerjee's big charge today is that the Election Commission and the CRPF, they're all getting together to help the BJP. Now, either you agree with Mamata Banerjee on that or you don't.
Look, I may have hundreds of differences with BJP or hundreds of differences with Mamata Banerjee. But I am of the opinion, and we are of the opinion, election should be conducted in free and fair election impartially. And the chief electoral officer or chief election officer of the West Bengal government, even if the central forces are there, it is under him. If the chief minister, sitting chief minister alleges that the home minister directly directing the police forces of central forces, then the CRPF in charge of the West Bengal telephone calls and the telephone calls of the Ministry of Homes and the local official must be traced. The Election Commission can order an inquiry on all these things. We demand from the Election Commission, truth should come. दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी सबके सामने कर दो. ये नूरा कुश्ती लड़ रहे हैं बीजेपी और टीएमसी वाले. बंगाल की जनता को भी बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं, देश की जनता को भी बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं.
Yes, Neha Joshi wants to respond.
I mean, first of all, Mr. Varshney can shout his lungs out, but 35 साल तक जिन्होंने बंगाल की जनता को धोखा दिया और आज इस स्थिति में छोड़ा है, टीएमसी के हाथ में 10 साल और जिसे कहते हैं सोने पे सुहागा, वो आज बात कर रहे हैं बंगाल की जनता की, तो उनकी तो बात ना ही करें तो अच्छा है.
अरे धोखा तो आप सबसे ज्यादा दे रहे हो. पेट्रोल डीजल पे आपने लूट रखा है, महंगाई सबसे ज्यादा कर रखी है, बेरोजगारी सबसे ज्यादा कर रखी है, सबसे ज्यादा तो आपने झूठ बोला है। 7 साल में तुमने जनता को दिया क्या है? हर स्कीम आपकी फेल हो रखी है, महंगाई बढ़ा रखी है इतनी। सरसों का तेल 130 से 185 रुपए किलो हो गया, जो सबसे ज्यादा खाया जाता है हिंदुस्तान में। गरीब आदमी सरसों का तेल, रोटी खाना मुश्किल कर रखा है तुमने। 10 करोड़ प्रवासी मजदूरों की क्या हालत की थी तुमने, सब जानते हैं इस देश में।
Okay, Professor Varshney, now let her make her point, please, then you can respond.
कोरोना वैक्सीन तक पर तो तुम पॉलिटिक्स कर रहे हो।
Calm yourself down. You're nowhere, anywhere in the race. Now, Tanvi, like everybody else in the country, I've been following the election today. All day I was glued to the television. And, one thing that really stood out for, I think, everybody today was when news channels and reporters were talking to the ordinary people of Nandigram or any of the other 29 constituencies where polling was taking place. People said that they were voting without fear. They were not scared. That is something that media houses, you can call them from this side or that side or whatever. But the fact is that ground reporters who were out there on the ground consistently have reported that the difference between any other election in West Bengal and this election is that because of, deployment of central forces, people are coming out in large numbers and voting without fears. Voters have gone on record and said that. And, and when we saw, Mamata Banerjee saw that the defeat was imminent, she tried to create this organized chaos. First, Vendu Adhikari's convoy was attacked. A lot of press vehicles that were following his convoy, they were attacked. We saw an India TV journalist, in fact, being injured. So all of this is happening in broad daylight. It is for the country to decide, people of Bengal to decide who was indulging in foul play. This is a person who, who took it upon her ego. She chose to battle it out from Nandigram, realized that she's not going to win. And in desperation, which was truly evident from everything that she's done right from the day she filed her nomination, today she parked herself out there, making frantic phone call, instigating her cadre, who in turn indulged in violence. So I think it's crystal clear. We've approached the Election Commission. If the Election Commission finds that there was any foul play, if there was any booth rigging, if the polling was stopped, there should be repolling on that polling booth, and that's what we are asking, plain and simple.
So let me then take this across to Sudeshna Roy.
Neha Joshi, you must know that the Election Commission is entitled to have the intelligence report. LIU as well as Central Intelligence Report. Election Commission is entitled for that. Haven't you checked the tickets of the railways and aircraft? How many extra people have come into the West Bengal than the normal visitors during the elections? And from which areas? One particular belt, if they are coming, the Election Commission is entitled. Don't tell me, I know the bureaucracy very well. The observers of the Election Commission are ex-bureaucrats. They are not honest. They are loyal to the power. They are loyal to the power.
Come to Bengal. How dare you?
Sudeshna Roy, I believe you. Okay, 1 minute. Sudeshna Roy is trying to speak, but I think you're on mute, Sudeshna Roy. I can't hear you. Yes,
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. See, what I want to say is, it is true that EC has to look into it. Like Ms. Joshi says, there are 2 or 3 polling booths where they have complained. Let us see what the EC does. They will probably listen to their complaints and not listen to any other complaint, because that's the way the thing is. And that is the way BJP has been doing. And we all know it. And she keeps saying that Mamata Banerjee is going to lose. Let us wait till the 2nd. She will win. It's only the margin that we are waiting for. Please don't be in a delusion. Ms. Joshi, I don't know how much of insider you are. Like you said, Derek was an outsider. No, he's been brought up, and we don't consider people who are not Bengalis by birth. We don't call them outsiders. They are the people who live here, who've grown up, but people like who are staying outside and have been brought in for the election. And it is true. You check out the borders and you'll see. From Jharkhand, there've been cadres coming in, there've been cadres flying in, there've been nobody. And the person in the BJP does not even have a leader here who can stand up and talk. They have to be the Prime Minister, the whole
Ma'am, party.
One minute, please. 1 minute. Neha. 1 minute, ladies. 1 minute, please. Let me just make things. 1 minute. Sudeshna, 1 minute. Let me just make it very clear. If you both talk over each other, your voices will automatically get cut because you are on such systems. So one at a time, please, so we can hear both.
I was talking.
Yes, Sudeshna can finish and then Neha can come in. Yes.
I have already said that the fact is it's true. EC on one side she's saying that it's been peaceful. On the other, she says no. Where her party is being affected, she's saying that no. There have been allegations that her supporters couldn't go to vote. We are scaring them. And on this, in the same breath, she's saying that most people have said that it is free and fair, and that journalists have been showing that. How can you believe such a person? It is a BJP kind of logic. They say one thing, and then she said Derek was an outsider. We do not mean outsider, doesn't mean a person who has been living here, who probably is not a Bengali speaking person originally. What we mean by outsiders are people who are coming from Delhi, who are coming from various other UP, from Bihar, Jharkhand, and trying to be leaders here. The local BJP does not even have a single leader. Nobody listens to them. Is there any local leader who can stand up? Not even your Shubhendu.
Okay. All right. Yes. Neha Joshi's turn, and then I must go back to Mr. Nilanjan. Yes.
I just have one simple question. She tried to define who who a true Bengali was. I just have a simple question. In the 2019 general elections, they got a Bangladeshi actor. Trinamool Congress actually got a Bangladeshi actor to come in campaign for them in the elections. How much of a Bengali and an insider was that actor? So it's really silly, the kind of politics that the Trinamool
indulges. What Modi ji have done in Bangladesh? Neha Joshi, what Modi ji have done in Bangladesh? Foreign land he has used for election campaign in West Bengal.
What did he do in Bangladesh? Don't you tell us? Tell us, what did he do?
He was, when the complaints happened, he was there just to show solidarity. And your Prime Minister, during the elections, went to Bangladesh and went to Hindu temples.
Okay.
So that is not
everybody knows that the pit stops that were taken in that official visit were obviously done with something linked to elections and the vote bank here kept in mind. So we don't have to go there and debate that. I don't think there is anything debate worthy there. Nilanjan, yes, no, Nilanjan.
I am just defending what she said. I'm just.
Fair enough. I take your point. I take your point on the defense for the Bangladeshi actor. Yes, Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay wanted to make a point.
Modi lied in Bangladesh was the biggest problem.
Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, please, wants to make a point. Yes.
No, I first, want to begin with, I would like to disagree with you. The point which was referred by Professor Dinesh Varshney, I think this is very important that we need to talk about, because this is not the first time that it has happened, that when we are having a state election in one of the states in India, that the Prime Minister has gone outside on a diplomatic visit, a bilateral visit, and actually, visited Hindu temples there and spoken on specific communities have been targeted. For instance, during the 2018 assembly elections in Karnataka, he visited Nepal and he went to Pashupatinath temple, and that point also, it had come up and become a subject of major discussion at that point and criticism that this should not be allowed. This has been going on for a long time, and it come back to what we were saying, that Election Commission has failed to put a check on these kind of allegations which have been made in the past, which are actually related to the credibility and autonomy of the institution. The other point, which I find very interesting is that almost every political party, regardless of its label, whether it is the BJP or whether it's the Trinamool Congress or even the left and the Congress, they seem to be knowing the result right from the time that the election is announced. Then what is this big shindig all about? Then why is everybody so worried? Another very striking point which came to my mind when Neha Joshi was saying that the elections have been in this round, today's round has been absolutely peaceful, and there is this is the first time that they're having just Just a second. This is the first time that there has been such a peaceful election. So if that is the case, then in that case, why do you have their own litany of polling booths where there have been violations? You have had a central booth. Let me complete you'll have your time. You have had an allegation that state security forces always benefit the ruling party at the state. So that is why the central forces have been deployed. Central forces are deployed, then I get reminded of the Hindi phrase, jiski lathi uski bhains. At the end of it, it is the ordinary citizen who feels that whichever one is controlling the security forces, either the state government or the central government, is actually hitting at the democratic right of the voter to be able to vote independently and without fear. I do not see any attempt at bringing about institutional reforms in the process of providing security during elections. It has not been done in almost 7 years that this government has been in power at the center. All talk of electoral reforms has only been in terms of centralizing power in the hands of the center and using central forces in every elections across the country.
No, Mr. Nilanjan, when I said that, this isn't really the debate-worthy thing, on the larger context, I agree with you. And why shouldn't there be a debate on not just on foreign land? Comments are being made even as we speak today. Comments are being made today. Comments directed at Mamata Banerjee, who is a candidate from Nandigram in other parts. Now, the Election Commission at some point will have to sit down and think about what kind of code of conduct rules do they have. They tell us, the TV channels, to not run visuals of rallies, once the campaigning period has ended, to not run the comments of the candidates, but everybody else can speak in any other part of the country, can go and speak anywhere else, and that's absolutely fine. So, yes, when you make that point, I do agree.
Just one point. I think, that we should demand, as an analyst, I'm going to say that we should demand, and in states, wherever there are multi-phased polling, on the day of the polling in that particular state, no campaigning by any political party should be permitted. That should be a campaign-free day. I think this is something which I want to use this platform of Mirror Now to make this point very vehemently.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Now, let me come to the other point and ask you this question. The fact that, so much of noise was created today, an official complaint has been filed. There are two ways to see it. Yes, there must be an investigation. One says that, well, this is Mamata Banerjee forming a base to then cry foul if she loses. Or is this just Mamata Banerjee in her true character, where, this is how she is. She takes the fight this fiercely every single time, no matter who the contender is or what the situation is.
You asking me?
Yes.
I think, the answer is, depending on which side of the fence you are on. If you're on the side of Mamata Banerjee, you're going to say that this is a perfectly legitimate way of intervening and that it is not actually crying wolf, that this is actually a very serious problem which requires proper investigation. If it comes to the BJP or if it comes to the third front, that is the left front Congress, they will say, oh, this is a sign that Mamata Banerjee is already lost. In any case, the BJP has repeatedly said the election is done and over. Everything is over. It's just a matter of, the formal result being put on the 2nd of May by the Election Commission that the BJP has been given 200 plus seats.
Fair enough. Those are the two sides. We don't know which one really comes out to be true. We'll probably only know on May 2nd which way this leads. Sudeshna wanted to make a point earlier. Sudeshna, but this is what the Suvendu Adhikari and the BJP has said. That Mamata Banerjee's behavior today was because she knows she's losing this election. And if she is not, and you're so confident of your victory, why did we, raise this issue in such a big manner?
Why not? If there is something wrong happening, she has every right to protest. She has every right to take action. She is a fighter and she will. Whether just because I'm winning doesn't mean that I'll give my opposition a clean chit. When there were things happening, the EC should have taken cognizance of it. They did not. So she had to make a point and go there. She had to fight it out. That's what a fighter does. That's what always in politics you have to, and they have declared war on us.
Okay, final comments from Neha Joshi. Yes.
You know, a TMC activist Tanvi today was arrested in Nandigram carrying a fake election commission card. You know, that's what I want to leave the viewers with. So for all her talk of rigging, Mamata Banerjee was seen by the people of Bengal today obstructing the democratic process, obstructing people from voting. The polling process, as far as we know, and we're still maintaining that, was obstructed. We've made a complaint to the Election Commission. We hope that the Election Commission takes cognizance of that. But here was a woman who's so anxious and so desperate to cling to power that she obstructed the democratic right of people to cast their vote.
Well, we do know that when it comes to the West Bengal, violence, voter intimidation, all kinds of attempts for poll rigging have happened in the past. And I don't think any of the parties, especially those who've been there for a while, whether it's the left or the TMC, can take any higher moral ground. Like our panelists were also saying, this time around, perhaps we've seen the most peaceful elections in Bengal, so far. And is it because of the additional security deployment? Of course. Will it then lead to a fair result? We hope so. 3 phases done, several more to go. 2 phases done, 5 more to go before we can actually tell you the final result. Completely out of time. Thank you so much to all of our panelists for joining us. We will suffice to say that Mamata Banerjee is out there fighting hard. But the way she conducted herself today also does raise questions if she is a little nervous. There were TMC guys there were BJP guys. Our reporter on ground has been telling us how the entire Nandigram district, that entire constituency, is divided between 2 sides. Highly polarized right now. It was an uneasy calm last 24 hours, 36 hours. So while one side of the village is completely backing the TMC, the other also seems to be backing the BJP, which is why it was such a high voltage situation even today at that location, the visuals that are on your screens right now. Remains to be seen what Election Commission does, what kind of investigation do they do, and if they do find anything that is objectionable, and if they actually do ask for a repolling. Even if they do, it will only be for this one specific poll booth. Several other complaints have also been filed by the BJP and the TMC that the EC will have to look into. Now, let me also tell you that while Mamata Banerjee was accusing the BJP of bringing in outsiders, Prime Minister Modi was campaigning in another part of West Bengal, the part that's not gone to polls yet, will be coming in the next phase. Remember, West Bengal is having elections in 8 phases. And so at this rally, Prime Minister Modi lashed out at Mamata Banerjee.
Outsiders, they came from BRUP outsiders, goons, and they are being protected by the central forces.
And they are raising slogans, Didi. They are raising slogans right outside the booth. Intimidating the voters. Slogan.
Outside Election Commission, don't ask me why.
দিদি আপনি কি জানিয়েছেন ইসিকে?
ভাই আমরা অনেকবার সকাল থেকে 50 বার 63টা কমপ্লেইন পাঠানো হয়েছে। দিদি 63 কমপ্লেইন দিদি के भी एलिगेशन हो रहे हैं सुबह से वो तो फैक्ट है। नहीं अगर मैं पूछूं ना and what these people are talking, they are not Bengal, they are not from Bengal, they are the outsiders. And that complaint we have given so many times, but Election Commission is only, I don't know what they are now. Sloganeering हो रही है लगातार। भाई आप लोग बोलो ना खाली मेरे को
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक।
साथियों, ममता दीदी को जय श्री राम के आह्वान से दिक्कत है, ये पूरा बंगाल पहले से जानता है। ममता दीदी को दुर्गा जी की प्रतिमा के विसर्जन से दिक्कत रही है, ये भी पूरा बंगाल पहले से जानता है। लेकिन अब दीदी को तिलक से दिक्कत है, अब दीदी को भगवा वस्त्र से दिक्कत है, और तो और अब दीदी के लोग चोटी रखने वालों को राक्षस कहने लगे हैं।
Time for a quick break. Lots more on the other side. Stay with me.